Aloha Algebra 1 students, today we're going to be talking about dividing polynomials. So the graphic organizer that we're using looks very similar to this, and we're going to start on the front part where it says quotient rule. Now the quotient rule states that when I have a variable with some exponent divided by the same variable with an exponent, I'm going to keep the same base but subtract the exponents. And so this is what it looks like. X to the power of b minus a. So we're going to take the exponent from the top and just minus it from the exponent on the bottom. Now this is what it would look like if with numbers. So like x to the 5th power divided by x to the 2nd power. And what this looks like, if I wrote it out, it would be x times x times x times x times x divided by x times x. Now, if we were to cross cancel or to divide cancel, we would take this x divided by this x and this x divided by this x, and this would end up just being 1 times 1 times x times x times x. And so what really I have left is just 3 x's on the top. And when I multiply them together, I get x to the 3rd power. Now, as you can see, if I just said 5 minus 2, I would get the same answer, x to the 3rd power. And so that's what we're going to be doing today. If you are dividing a variable by the same variable, we're going to minus the exponents and get the answer there. Now, there may be a time where we get a negative exponent, and we talked about how a polynomial cannot have a negative exponent. And so when we get to that point, we'll talk a little bit more and expand on that. Okay, so with the quotient rule, we are going to divide each term in the numerator, so that's the top, so this is our numerator, divided by the term, which is here, in the denominator or the bottom. So again, we're taking top divided by bottom. And I'm going to take this first one and I'm going to expand it. I'm going to say 36 times x times x times x times x times x divided by 4 times x times x times x. Now, just like multiplication, we're always going to work with numbers first. So we're first going to say 36 divided by 4, and that's equal to 9. And then I'm going to look at my x's, and I'm going to cancel them out, because x divided by x is just 1. X divided by x is 1. X divided by x is 1. So those all cancel. And I'll get 2 x's left. So I have x times x is x squared. And again, 36x to the 5th power divided by 4x to the 3rd power is equal to 9x squared. Okay, here's our next box. Again, I'm going to expand everything. So I'm going to say 2, a times b times b times b times b times c times c times c times c times c times c. The bottom is going to say 4 times a times b times b times b, because there's 3 of them, times c, 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 c. So 6 of them. Again, however many the power is, that's how many I'm multiplying it by. And let's, again, simplify. 2 divided by 4 is 1/2. And then here, I can see that I'm going to cancel out 1 set of a's. I'll cancel 1 set of b's, 2 sets of b's, 3 sets of b's. So still I have this a left and this b left. And with the c's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I'm canceling both the 6 on the top and on the bottom because there's equal. So I'm just canceling them out. And what's left here? Just ab, because there's 1 a left and 1 b left. So 1/2 ab. Now if we looked at this and we said 2 minus 1 is 1. 4 minus 1 is 1. 6 minus 6 is 0, and that's why there's no c there. Okay, let's look at this next square. I'm going to take each term and I'm going to divide it by the denominator. So 5x squared divided by 5. Let's look at the numbers. 10 divided by 5 is 2. 2x squared. Next I have 5x plus or divided by 5. Again, the 5's cancel out, and I'm just going to get x. And lastly, I have negative 15 divided by 5, which is going to be negative 3. And there's my answer. Again, when we have more than one term, every term has to be divided by every term in the numerator has to be divided by the term in the denominator. Okay, here's our last square. 6x squared b minus 12ab squared divided by negative 2ab. Now I'm going to take the first one, divide it by negative 2ab. 6 divided by negative 2 is negative 3. A squared minus a1 is just a, and b minus b is just 0. So I'm just going to have negative 3a left. Now on the other side, I'm going to have negative 12ab squared divided by negative ab. So here's my top, here's my bottom. Negative 12 divided by negative 2 is positive 6. A cancel, b and b, there's 1 left because there's 2 minus 1 is 1 left. And here's my answer, negative 3a plus 6b. Okay, let's go through a couple more together. Okay, so here is more examples, and again, we're just going to do the same thing. So I have 7n squared plus 4n divided by n. Again, I'm going to take each term in the numerator and divide it by the term in the denominator. In this case, it's 7n squared divided by n plus 4n divided by n. So there's no other number here, so it's going to bring down the 7. Squared minus 1 is 1. 4n divided by n, the n's cancel, and so I'm just going to have 4 left. So this answer is 7n plus 4. Okay, next, again, I'm going to take my 12cd4 divided by 3c2d3. And I did pretty much the same thing. I just expanded them. So 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And I'm just going to cancel these things out. That equals to 4. Then I have 3 c's left. And after I cancel out my d's, I have 1 d left. So it's going to be 4 CCCD, which is 4c3, 4 3 to the third power times d. And second, we have 18 C493 and 3C2D3. Again, 18 divided by 3 is 6. I can cancel out these 2 C's. I can cancel out all 3 D's. And so what's left is just 6 and 2 C's. Oh, I'm wrong here. See how it says 4? This really should be 6. So it's 18 divided by 3 is 6c squared. Okay, start it up again. So for these, I want you to go ahead and do this on your own and try them out a couple. So go ahead and press pause, and when you come back, I'll show you the answers. Okay, so here are the answers for our last 2 problems. Okay, let's go to the next page. And I want to just go through one of them and show you this answer. So here I have an x squared on the bottom and an x4 on the bottom, and I want to talk to you about why. So I have negative 24 divided by 3, which is negative 8. 7 minus 5, which is 2, so we're good there. And this next one, the numerator exponent is actually smaller than the denominator. So it would be 3 minus 5, which is a negative 2. But instead of writing negative 2 on the top, we're going to push that back down. And as if we expanded, the top 3 would cancel, but the bottom 2 would not. So I still have 2 x's on the bottom. And likewise with this third term, negative 15x, this cancels one of these 5 x's. So I still have 4 x's on the bottom, or this last term. Okay, go ahead and try these out and press pause. And then once you're done, check your answers. And again, if you have any questions or concerns about dividing polynomials, please make sure you come in during action period or during lunch and I can help you out. Okay, have an awesome day, guys.